Hello everybody, and welcome to the second part of my Master Mode playthrough series. In the last part, we did all of pre-hard mode, and in this one, we're going to do all of hard mode. No stalling this time, I'm trying to get right into it. This video starts when we defeat the Wall of Flesh. The first thing we do is eat up the Demon Heart, and then we go and destroy some altars. On the way there, however, we discovered that our jungle pylon has actually been corrupted. Yay for us! So we have to go build a new one in a different part of the jungle that isn't corrupted. Epic. Okay, that's over with. Now we can actually break the altars. It's all grind time. We make our way through Palladium, and then through Mithril, and finally through Adamantite. Actually, I just lied to you. See, here's the thing. My friend Derpy Potato, who I refuse to stop bringing up in every one of my videos, told me about the set bonus of Palladium armor. Every time you strike an enemy, for 5 seconds, you get +2 regen per second. That's very good. So I thought, man, I could probably just use this to get through hard mode. I was incorrect. I could not just use this to get through hard mode. But that's besides the point. Right now, I'm making a mob farm. I assume you don't want to watch me make the mob farm, so I'll just show all the deaths. And it's done. Sorry there was no audio, OBS just decided that wasn't important, I guess. But I'm surprised there was only 4 deaths. I really thought I died more than that, but I mean, I guess I'm just that good at the game. It's about now I start thinking about getting a real hard mode weapon. Banana rings are not only easy to obtain with a 10% drop rate from clowns and blood moons, but they also do a lot of damage, so that's what I'm going to go for. Wait a second, ice golems? Oh, I know what armor set I'm going to get. Frost armor is an armor set that grants a lot of extra damage and also can inflict frostburn on my enemies. Too bad it requires 46 adamantite bars and 3 frost cores. That's gonna be fun. But unfortunately, Dimwit past me just forgot frost armor even existed. So he just went and did other things for like the hour that this blizzard was going on, and then I had to wait for another one. Yippee! If you were wondering, this is what I was doing while the blizzard was happening. Yay. So fun. This is another thing that I was doing while the blizzard was happening. Whoa, wait, what? A Nimbus rod just dropped. Well, I guess the destroyer is going to get absolutely demolished. Ah, an illuminant hook. Exactly what I wanted from that mimic. Well, let's fight another one, see what we get this time. Ah, just wonderful. I love Terraria. Guess I'm fighting another one then. Okay, well that's not useful because I'm doing a melee run. Okay, well let's fight another one then. Okay, well this is just rude. I think the government is planning a conspiracy against me. It's the only explanation. Okay then, let's fight another one then. I am legitimately, unironically, going to commit genocide if this luck keeps happening. Okay, maybe I can go to the ice biome for mimics. I mean, the frostband isn't a terrible weapon or anything. Okay, that was embarrassing. Oh, yes, of course this is the weapon that I got on my first mimic. You know, not something that I actually wanted. No, just this one weapon that I only have because I needed something. Oh, sick, it's another blizzard. I can finally get ice golems. Okay. Aha, yes, revenge. This is the exact same ice golem that killed us last time. I killed another ice golem, and I got an ice feather, which means I can get wings super easily now. I just have to wait for a wyvern to spawn. I just have to wait for a wyvern to spawn. I just have to wait for a wyvern to spawn. Why did this take so long? Ah yes, 10 souls of flight. Wonderful. Now I just have to wait for a wyvern to spawn. And wait for a wyvern to spawn. And wait for a wyvern to spawn. I love the Shield of Cthulhu. I love that it does stuff like that and gets me killed against a wyvern. Now I have to wait for a wyvern to spawn again. I am now 700 years old, but I can craft wings. Epic. What happened to the UI? It's so small now. I don't understand. Anyway, it's Hallowed Mimic time. I am legitimately going to implode if I get this crappy loot again. I'm not having much luck with Hallowed Mimics. Maybe I could try their regular counterparts for better luck. Spoiler alert, my luck is even worse with these guys. I make another farm because the other one is in the hallowed. So now I can get normal mimics in this regular farm. 20 minutes later, and the farm is complete. What you just saw was 15 minutes of footage compressed into 5 seconds. 15 minutes where I did not get a single mimic the entire time. Okay then, let's fight hallowed mimics. Maybe I'll have better luck again. Well, that's something I can use, but it's not exactly good. Am I just stuck to kill hallowed mimics eternally? A couple days later, when I went back to record footage, OBS did a little funny silly and I didn't notice, so I'm just going to speedrun everything that happened in this day so you don't have to be subjected to this torture. I made frost armor. I expanded the arena. And I made a nurse healing box. The next day, I finally fixed OBS so the footage doesn't look like this, or this. Remember the banana rings I mentioned 5 minutes ago in the video? We still haven't gotten a blood moon this entire time. So it's about now that I decided to sleep, so I can get one. This took a very long time. That wasn't even all the sleeping. My video editing software could not handle moving a time lapse to that many frames in a second, because iMovie sucks for some reason. Anyway, we move our sleeping down to the underground caverns where my mob farm is, and then we just go... We may have become 700 from waiting for wyverns to spawn, but we're now 7,000 from waiting for this blood moon to spawn. And of course, the first clan gives us a KO cannon. How wonderful and exciting. But anyway, we do eventually get our banana ring, and now we have an actual weapon that we'll be able to fight anything with. Yippee! Oh, goblins, this is a perfect way to test out the might of our new weapon. Oh, it looks like it kicks ass. This is pretty epic. How dare they? This is actually pretty ironic, because I was watching a Chippy gaming video while I was playing this. You know what? It's time to get serious. I put on a Technoblade video, and I start to fight the twins. At this point in the battle, we've finally taken out Spasmatism, and all we have to worry about is Redinazer. Unfortunately, the boss ended the second we got back to the good part of the song, so, I mean, you don't get to listen to that part, I guess. My next target is Sigma Skeletron, so I head into the dungeon to get bones to summon him. I also craft up the Excalibur. I don't use it yet, but I will craft it into something much better later in the game. I also do a little bit of fishing so I can take Skeletron Sigma on and not be scared out of my life every time I get hit. With all of my preparations done, I sleep more as if I haven't slept enough in this playthrough, so I can take on Skeletron Sigma. It's time to summon his ass up. He was actually so scared of us, because we wanted revenge on what he did to us earlier in this playthrough, that he decided to leave out of fear. What a baby, and not a Sigma. We take him on again, but this time we lose because we're bad at the game, not because he left. I log on the next day with one goal and one goal only. To kill Sigma Skeletron. And I was playing for so long that day, it would be embarrassing if I didn't. Here's my plan for how I'm going to pull this off. I'm going to kill Hallowed Mimics to get the Daedalus Stormbow, to kill the Destroyer, to get the Mega Shark, to kill Skeletron Prime. Simple. Oh look, another Crystal Vial Shard. Yippee! Finally! Why did that take so long, and so many mimics? Uh-oh, A solar eclipse? I am not prepared for this. Well, I guess I'll just hide underground until it goes off. Or I guess I just won't do that, and instead I will die to a literal baby. I do all the general preparations, you know, holy arrows, skybridge, and then I sleep some more because I've not slept enough this playthrough before I finally fight the destroyer. What the hell? Why does he have so much health? This is ridiculous. As if I didn't have enough to worry about with his gargantuan health bar, there's also about 12 billion lasers flying at me at a time, and I'm already down to a quarter health. This is fun. Goodbye, NPCs. Thank God that heart reach potions exist, because I do not think I'll be able to beat this fight without them. After a very long fight that could certainly be seen as more than a little stressful, we destroy the destroyer and we craft up the Mega Shark. Unfortunately, both of our beaches are corrupted, and I don't even know if sharks can spawn on corrupted beaches, but honestly I'm not bothered to check, so I just use a shark statue. We test out our new weapons against Queen Slime using a gelatin crystal we got while mining crystal shards so we could get crystal bullets. Oh yes, it seems as if our new weapons are very good. We do some more preparations and then sleep more. Here we go. I wish I could show a bunch of cool clips like I did in the Twins fight, but it's the Skeletron Prime fight, you know, there's nothing to show. It's just walking simulator while aiming your pointer at him. And now that I have range, there's basically zero possibility of me dying. I'm at full health basically the entire fight. I don't think I even ever made it below half this entire time. I beat him, but I feel nothing. I don't feel happiness after getting revenge on what he did to me back in pre-hard mode. I just feel empty inside. At least Plantera exists to fill my hole. To fill that hole. More sleeping. I'm not kidding when I say that I slept for over a real life 30 minutes, but look at all this juicy loot. I obviously die a bunch and drop 41 gold. Oh god, I need to get that back now, don't I? Oh yeah, I forgot to mention this earlier, but I got the True Excalibur and the True Knight's Edge. We build a Plantera arena right next to the bulb, and then we take her on head first. As soon as I get into our second phase, I dash into a tentacle and take quite a bit of damage, but luckily my Osagop tunnel is there and I don't take much damage for the rest of the fight. That was a lie. I get to the bottom of my Osagop tunnel because I'm playing on a small world, and Plantera still has a bunch of health left, so I have to do one of the most risky things I've ever done and do a 180 and go back up. Ah crap, now I have to go back down again. Oh, now I have to go back up. Okay, why is this taking so long? I have to go back down again. Thank the good Lord in heaven. That was one of the most stressful Plantera fights I've ever had. It went for 10 minutes. 10 minutes straight of me fighting Plantera. You know what time it is. It's time to get the Terra Blade. I summon a solar eclipse, wait for a Mothron, kill that Mothron, and then don't get the broken hero sword, but that's fine. I can just wait for another one. I could not, in fact, just wait for another one. No other Mothron spawned the entire eclipse. Well, that's fine. I'll just summon another one. I did not get a single Mothron that entire time. And even worse, because of the lag made by the True Knight's Edge, it actually takes more than 8 minutes to get through the night. It takes 21 minutes, and I got nothing. Alright then, let's summon another one. Let's see how that one goes. Wow, look at this cool texture pack I have on now. Awesome. Guess what? No Mothron. Again. I summon another Eclipse and get a Mothron, and thank the Lord it drops a Broken Hero Sword, because I think I would actually have quit playing Terraria if it didn't drop one. I actually just lied to you. That wasn't the Mothron that dropped the Broken Hero Sword. It was actually the next one on the next Eclipse that I summoned. I actually read my notes wrong. I didn't realize until editing this, so that's fun. I am filled with such immense joy at crafting this. I sleep until the Goblin Tinkerer shows up and then I go reforge my Terra Blade. It's time to bully Golem. You know, I would do some commentation on this fight, but like the Skeletron Prime fight, there's nothing to comment on. It's just the same Golem fight as it always is. I defeat him, and then I go craft up some beetle armor. I obviously craft the shell, because it's better than the scale mail, and no one can convince me otherwise. I try to take on the Old One's army to get Betsy's melee weapon, which is a very good weapon, but look at this frame rate. This is not slowed down or edited in any way. This is what the actual frame rate was while I was playing. Do you really think that I want to go through that? No. So unfortunately, I do not in fact get Betsy's weapons. I decide there's nothing better to do, so I take on the Lunatic Cultist, and like Golem, and like Skeletron Prime, there's nothing to comment on. It's just the same Lunatic Cultist fight as it always is. Don't you just love it when OBS doesn't work and just records this instead of recording what you actually want to record? Alright, it's speedrun time. Here's everything that happened while OBS recorded this instead of actual gameplay. I choose the Stardust Pillar, I finish 500 HP, I defeat the Solar Pillar, I get the Paladin Shield, I make the Frozen Shield using the Frozen Turtle Shell I got a while ago, I try Duke Fishron, die immediately, I try the Nebula Pillar, get my ass kicked, and then go to the dungeon for money for reforges, but instead of making money I actually lose because I die a bunch. The next day, when OBS decides to actually work, the first thing I do is go over to the Nebula Pillar, and you cannot convince me any otherwise, the Nebula Pillar is harder than the Solar Pillar, okay? Deal with it. I make an asphalt bridge, because believe it or not, I didn't last 2 seconds in the ring with Duke Fishron, so I guess I'll just have to try this strategy out. It worked pretty well on my classic mode runs, hopefully it'll work well here. I beat the Vortex Pillar and I start the Moonlord fight. Unfortunately, I completely forgot that you need potions to survive, so I only brought 3 along with me, like the doofus that I am. Unsurprisingly, I do 0 damage to him before I am immediately destroyed. There's only 2 ways that I'll be able to defeat this guy. One is by being good at the video game, and the other is fishing. Fishing! Yay! I make little teleporter networks so that the instant that I heal the nurse I can teleport right back up onto the asphalt platform. Well, here we go. This is the end. Now that I have a buttload of buffs, this fight is actually going surprisingly well. It takes a little bit, but we get the first eye out of its socket, and it's not too long before we get the other 2 as well. People who don't think the Beetle Shell is overpowered, I just took 5 hearts of damage from the Phantasmal Death Ray on Master Mode. Here, we get out the 3rd eye, and we can finally go for the core, which is actually the hardest, because the core is usually about 4 blocks below you, which is just right below the asphalt, which is very inconvenient. I had finally done it. 132 deaths and 34 hours of playtime later, I had finally completed Master Mode Terraria. Don't click off the video yet though, because I do one final little build, because, you know, my houses don't look like arse. Why should I make my trophy room look like arse? This is the Eater of Worlds and Eye of Cthulhu section. This is the Deerclops section. This is the Queen Bee section. And so on and so forth. You get the gist. I'm no master builder, but personally I'm quite proud of this. If you watched this far, I wanted to thank you for watching this, and if you feel like it, subscribe, but if you don't, then don't, I guess. But yeah, thank you very much for watching.